Welcome to the Formula One 1994 Japanese Grand Prix. This is the penultimate race at Suzuka, Japan. It's Damon Hill versus Michael Schumacher for the World Championship trophy. Team Williams versus Team Benetton for the Constructors' Championship. Over 150,000 Japanese fans, with a passion for Formula One, braved the heavy rain and hail. Round 15 at Suzuka, Japan. Michael Schumacher, the rain master, on his sixth pole position performance.
Schumacher and Hill on the front row. Well, believe it or not, the weather was about to get worse. And look at Michael Schumacher chopping across on Damon Hill.
The chop that's become world famous. Look at the spray already. Yeah. And haven't got to turn one yet. Straight here, got a long uphill climb here. Very steep uphill, and of course at the top there's the 130 up.
Keep in mind, this is a key race for the championship. As Steve mentioned at the top of the show, both the constructors and the drivers' titles very much at stake. And this weather, look at the oil on the surface of the track. Hideki Noda being pushed back.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's the shot. I was just going to say, absolutely no let-up in the rain. If anything, at this point, it starts to rain even harder.
Damon Hill going very well in the rain here, winding in Michael Schumacher, who's an acknowledged rain master, but he's hanging right in there and catching up.
Well, this was the battle the crowd came to see. Schumacher against Hill. Safety car signal.
Yeah, you can see the way that car of Schumacher's as he came out of the chicane started to go down the hill. I mean, the thing just floated up on the water. But
well, there's Johnny Herbert off in the sister Benetton.
There's Ukio Katayama stopping in his home Grand Prix. There's Take Inoue. You're riding with Michael Schumacher. Oh, it's Pierluigi Martini in the yellow helmet. That's Michele Alboreto. There's Gerhard Berger.
Schumacher at the moment looking pretty unchallenged.
What a test of driver's skill here to balance a car making 800 plus horsepower, I guess, in 1994. Heavy damage there. Gianni Morbidelli.
So no doubt Michael Schumacher torn as to whether they want to slow this race down or bring out the safety car again, or...
Oh, Martin Brundle. And the red flag is out. Just undrivable conditions. Brundle's crash, and notice track workers still at Morbidelli's car, and there's one of them just getting up off the ground. Nigel Mansell, Michael Schumacher, Christian Fittipaldi there.
Nigel lobbying for a rolling start there with Flavio Briatore.
The 94 Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka about to resume after a red flag. At least one corner worker injured. Thus, Michael Schumacher, who was leading second place Damon Hill by 7.7 seconds at the end of the last green flag lap, will have that margin over Hill. Hill could win the race, but if he does so by less than 7.7 seconds, Michael Schumacher would win the race and clinch the 1994 Drivers' Championship. Here we go.
A huge rooster tail of spray. I mean, this is not a vast improvement to what it was before all the crashes and the carnage.
As you rightly say, David Hobbs, the weather not changed at all for the better.
Already Schumacher pulled out quite a bit of a lead on Damon, of course, and Heels. Nasty wobble there. Here comes Michael Schumacher's bit. I mean, you only got to make a slight slip there, and you can remove a couple of wheels.
I was just thinking that. Even more dangerous than the racetrack because it's so much more narrow. So Schumacher resumes on the track. Did you see the concentration in his eyes when that visor went up? Running P2 on the charts on cumulative time. This is good stuff.
Look at that on-board shot.
Damon Hill pits the Williams. There is Schumacher.
So he's going to get out one in front of Schumacher.
But remember, Schumacher had nearly 8 seconds in time as an advantage when the race restarted. Out a tremendous amount of water, and then of course they become their own worst enemies if it should clear up. Doesn't look like much chance of that here at Suzuka. Look at that gap. Hill and Schumacher are nowhere near each other on the racetrack, but on cumulative time, the gap is less than half a second. Damon Hill over Michael Schumacher. Michael close enough to regain the lead on the clock, if not on the racetrack. And this is one of the reasons. There you see Schumacher, number one.
Schumacher having to come in for that second stop for more fuel there. Now, really, I'm afraid to say that Benetton got their fuel strategy wrong. We have to make this stop.
Still obviously pretty slippy there in pit lane. Of course, now this means at this stage that Michael's got a lap 2 seconds a lap quicker than Damon Hill with the remaining laps left in the race to regain the lead.
It was not going to be easy from this point on.
The lights are on at the Suzuka circuit in the 1994 Formula One Japanese Grand Prix. An absolutely appalling day and one of the great drives for Damon Hill as he tries to keep pace with Michael Schumacher for the 94 World Drivers' title. This race being run on cumulative time. There is Schumacher, who was leading when the red flag came out and has 7.7 seconds in hand over Hill.
Back to Michael Schumacher. Still 5.2 seconds behind, cumulative. Sweep
Zing.
by Zanardi.
Wow.
2 laps to go.
The gap is now 4.22 seconds. So he shaved another second off Hill's lead, but he needs more.
He needs to do 2.3 seconds a lap for the next 2 laps. Michael Schumacher's head right down now, just giving it all he's got.
There it is, 2.457. I remember that. Now, 1 lap to do it, Michael, and 1 lap, Damon, to keep that gap as it is.
Eating themselves up as he tries desperately to keep his own championship hopes alive.
Ooh, the car is looking definitely on the twitchy side, isn't it?
Even if you know the results, it's still fun to watch. Okay, all eyes will be on the timing monitors and the computer doing the calculations to see if Michael Schumacher will clinch the world championship. Damon Hill lunges off the chicane. There's the checkers. Hill is across. Now, where is Schumacher? There's nothing more that Hill can do. Here comes Schumacher. No. The gap is 3.3 seconds. But there's Damon Hill. Like his team, Williams-Renault, they will take Benetton to the final round of the 1994 season. And as you can see, the host broadcaster's television cameras are just about to give up the ghost after a day spent in a deluge of biblical proportions. Schumacher versus Hill with only the season finale in Adelaide, Australia to go.
It will go down to the final race of the season.
I'd say this time they caught us out with strategy. I mean, usually we do the other way around, but this time we lost quite sure in the strategies. But nevertheless, 1 point in front. Looking forward to Adelaide now.